Hi everybody, this is Mary for Stampin' Up with Mary. Today what we're going to do is we're going to be doing some watercoloring. Good morning, Magnolia. And you're going to need some watercolor paper. And this watercolor paper that I have, that I'm going to be using, I have cut, it's 4.5 by 3 3/4, okay? And then you're going to need, well, first of all, you're going to need your Good Morning Magnolia. I am going to be using, let's see, I had some, I want to use some of the, and yeah, Mary, right across the head. What is that? That's Melon Mambo. And we're going to be using a piece of Flirty Flamingo. And I'm going to cut that piece of Flirty Flamingo with in a little bit different size, because this is that 4.5 by 3 3/4. I want to cut the Flirty Flamingo 4 by 4 3/4. Okay, so I'm just going to take my, so we're going to cut this 4, well actually I'm going to cut it 4 1/4 because I want to use this later. Stick that in there. So it's 4 by 4 3/4. And then I'm going to use the full thing of Melon Mambo. So for ink, what I'm using, I'm going to be using Memento. I'm going to be using StazOn, and I'm going to be using, where are they? Oh, they're right behind me. I'm going to be using my re-inkers, different color re-inkers. The Regals for the Old Olive Garden Green, some soft suede from the Nat Neutrals, and I'm going to, this one, I know I used Mango Melody for this one. I am going to use Flirty Flamingo for the next one we're going to do, okay? So you're also going to need your glue dots, and you're going to need your aqua pen. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to take one of these pieces of watercolor paper, and I am going to just stamp with the StazOn. I'm going to ink up that. Let's see, that light is just definitely not doing it over there. So let's put it over here and see how that does. It's not light outside, and so the light around here is getting a little there. So I'm just inking this up with the StazOn. Don't you love the smell of the StazOn? And I am just going to, now it's not going to totally fit, but it's going to be close enough. Mary is wonderful, Mary is wonderful, Mary is wonderful. And there we go. And I think I'm going to do it a little bit on the other side. That's why they gave us two sides of paper. Maybe should just see if I've got, yeah. Should probably get out my brayer and bray this on. Or put more StazOn, re-ink my StazOn pad. There we go. A little bit better. I'll have to remember to re-ink my StazOn pad. Okay, now what we're going to do is I got a paper plate here, and I have got, let me put some, I'll show you how to do this. I am going to put I'm going to put a drop of Old Olive, maybe 2 drops of Old Olive, and a drop of Garden Green, and then I'm just going to put some water in that Old Olives. Just squeeze your, and there you go. Just mix that up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just start painting those leaves. Now you don't want to, when you squeeze this, the water just really comes out heavy, and it's going to take a lot of time to dry. So we're going to get a piece of paper towel when this is dry, and we're going to re-dry it. Just blot it. Now remember, you're watercoloring, so you don't have to get it all colored. You can leave some white spots. Now I'm going to put a couple of drops in that Garden Green. Pick that up. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a little dimension in a different color, shading it, you know. Just a little different color, so it looks like it's different colors. Okay, now I'm going to clean my brush, and then what I'm going to do is I am going to get out my soft suede, and I am just going to do a drop of soft suede, just like that. Add some water to it, mix it up, pick it up, and just do. And again, the more water you put in it, the lighter the color. Okay, there we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my brights, and I am going to get my Flirty Flamingo. I'm going to put a couple of drops there. And put a couple of drops of water. I want this a little darker. So, and then what I'm going to do is just pick it up. Now I'm going to leave the center because I'm going to use some Daffodil Delight and color the center. See how fast that goes? And you got a little green because I didn't let it dry. Realistically, you should let it dry in between so you don't get that. Now I got a little there. And maybe you want a little darker over there. Now I'm just going to take out a Daffodil Delight, And I got some Delight here. Let me just use what I've got. Oh, before the green gets in there. There. And now I'm just going to let that dry. Now if you want later, you can add more color to this once it dries. Now I'm going to pretend this is dry. And I'm going to I'm going to attach it with my glue dots. And again, you can use anything you like to attach it with. I find glue dots, again, is my favorite go-to. Remember, you can order all of this stuff from me to make your own beautiful cards. Then I am just going to center that. And then I'm going to fold this. And what I am going to do is, instead of centering it in the center, I am just going to even it out on the top because I'm going to add something on that bottom. Now you can hear the dogs barking next door. Right now we're in what's called Sleepy Hollow State Park in Michigan, Lanesburg, Michigan. It's a beautiful park. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I am going to take my Memento and I'm just going to put the Enjoy Today, and then on the inside I'm going to put The journey of life is best shared with a friend. Get through this together. And there you have it. You have a great watercolor card. And it is so easy to do. Well, everybody, thanks for visiting. I hope you enjoyed this great watercoloring session. Remember to follow me on YouTube, and everything you need is down below. Thanks for visiting, and happy stamping. Bye-bye.